So we're about to mix up some plaster for the joints. This is specific waterproof stuff. That's why when you pour it in, it's white, and it then turns green. So we're going to give this a big stir. We're looking, as far as I know, for the consistency of yogurt. Let's see if we get there. That looks about right, so we'll leave that now to sit for a couple of minutes before it's ready to go. And I'll go and get my tools. I'll try and set up the tripod in the little bathroom so that you can see what I'm desperately up to. Okay, so yeah, it's a bit tight in here. Sorry about the camera angle. This is, if I can find the end of it. This is the mesh stuff. It looks like that should be the end of it because it's blue. But is my eyesight failing me? I don't think so. I don't know. Ah. Hang on. Not that end of it. Maybe this end of it. No. Okay, well, that's a good start, isn't it? Ah, got it. Okay. So this is self-adhesive mesh, and it just wants to go over all of the joints before we then come in with the muck. So I'm going to put it up over the corners, down the bits. So if I just start here, push it in, make sure that it doesn't need to be particularly straight, but it does need to be properly in the corner so that it stops cracking. This is what I read, that's why I'm using it. So it's probably not that exciting for you guys to watch me do all of this. I'm going to do all of the corners and then we'll come back with some muck. Taped everything up. You can see all of the joints coming up to the top there are all done. And now I'm going to get the green stuff and do a first layer. So that's the first round. Obviously here in the shower, as I said, we're going to put micro cement, so we're going to be plastering the whole thing, so I'm not too concerned about the fact that it doesn't look so fabulous here, but it looks okay as we're getting up. Unfortunately around here it started going hard on me, so there's a bit left. I made a bit too much and a lot of it fell on the floor because I'm not very good at this, but it's up and now we just give it a little while to dry. Got to plaster the rest of the walls as well and then sand everything down. It'll be pretty much ready for paint. So we're getting there. We are getting there. But as always, you know, it's taking quite a while. So now I need to wait for it to dry a little bit, then I'm going to have to put the shower tray back in so that I can at least have a shower, because I've been invited out to dinner tonight. I do want to go because I didn't get any lunch in the end. So there we go. Right. I guess we'll keep going in the morning. So next morning, what I'm going to do now, what we're going to keep going on is the bathroom. I'm going to be fixing up the walls, finishing the ceiling bit over here. So a bit of plastering, and once we've done the plastering, I'm going to be waterproofing the shower. So I think I'll just get on with the plastering and I'll show you when it's done, because it's not easy to film in here. And then I guess we'll do the waterproofing together. So sweating away, but here we are. I've put one bucket of plaster on the wall. Mental note to self: not a plasterer, never will be a plasterer, but it doesn't look too terrible. I mean, it's it's that rustic. Let's call it rustic. I might have had a glass of wine too many last night, so I'm going to go and sit down for 5 minutes now. A bit of plaster on my nose. And then I'll do another bucket and we'll keep going. So, as I mentioned, we're going to be doing this shower in micro cement. So basically just going to plaster cement over the top. But before we do that, what we need to do is to waterproof it. This is waterproof plasterboard. On top of this, we've got these these rubber seals that go around the sink. We're going to put a join up on top of that, which is this stuff here. It's like it's just like a rubber seal stuff. And then we're going to paint this blue rubberized waterproof paint just all the way around the cabinet, so that we know that everything is going to be completely waterproof before we go and have our first shower. Because at the moment I'm showering with a tarp hung up here, and it's not fabulous. I quite like to get this done. So so I'm going to get going. I'm going to start this stuff just goes on with a roller, and you can watch me do that. I'm going to start. So this is what it looks like. We're going to give it a good stir. Pick up a piece of that'll do. It's sort of gooey, rubbery stuff. Yeah, I've never used it before. I just found it in the DIY store. So here goes nothing. So according to the instructions, put a thick layer behind these rubber what's it. So you always have to start off where at the corners, the joins, and where the taps come out. So a good thick gloopy layer like that. Perhaps even a little bit more. I think we have plenty. So give it something good to adhere to. There we go. Like that. And then with the spatula, push it up, get it stuck properly and flat, like this. It's not flat, it is now. Oops, up. Oh. There we go, so you get the idea. That's now flat and stuck in, hopefully, more or less. Yep. And then another thick layer all over the top. That, hopefully, in theory, means that this is now a completely watertight seal around the taps. So, you know, for people who aren't professionals like me, this is a quick and easy way to make sure we won't get any water damage down the back of the shower. So next, same procedure down the corners, put the band on and then roller the rest. So I'll put you on time lapse for that, and we'll have a look once it's done. Let's see if my iPhone will do this. No, the other way around. There we go, that's better. There is the first layer all the way around, ended up here as well. So we're watertight, sealed to the wall, sealed down here, around the taps, the corners. It actually looks like a proper 80s shower. I don't know, most of you probably, or some of you, I don't know how old you all are, but I certainly remember showers like this, especially on holiday in France for some reason. Anyway, it's done. Going to leave that to dry. Maybe go and have some lunch. Okay, so it's now dried to the touch. It's very strange consistency. It's sort of rubbery, but at the same time, it's kind of a bit like sandpaper. It's very strange, but it should hopefully keep it nice and waterproof. So I'm going to give it, because over here in the corners you can see there it was very thick, and that is a rubberized strip, so that hasn't dried so quickly. But I'm going to give it another 10 minutes or so, and then put on a second coat, and then we can put the shower tray back in. And I don't think we'll have to take it out again, because I'm just going to wrap it in masking tape and what have you when we're doing the cement, which will probably be tomorrow now. Yeah, so that'll be that. In fact, we can probably, I might just be able to have a shower with just with the blue stuff this evening. We'll see. So next up, finish plastering up that ceiling and take the toilet out yet again, and then we'll probably have to redo the joints as well. But we're getting closer and closer to painting, and that's, you know, that would be fabulous, just to get this room, at least one room, sort of nice and modern and finished. So there we go, that's the first layer, well, it's the second layer of this rubber stuff, and it's the first layer, so to speak, of the shower. So we've got plasterboard, jointed the plasterboard. It doesn't need to be clean and tidy like elsewhere, because we're going to cement over the top. Then we've got this, so this humidity barrier paint on with the joints in the corner, and those two rubber grommets that go around the taps. It was a 4 kilo tub. I think there's probably about a third left. Having done this shower is, well, what I've done is 90 by 90 by 90. The shower is actually 80 by 90. So just you get an idea of how much you might need, and I was pretty generous with it. We've done all the joints and everything. So now we're going to leave that to dry, and we're going to put the shower tray back in, and then once everything's properly dry, we'll start with the cement. So that'll probably be tomorrow. That's probably about it for today then.